All right, well, that is my review of the Osprey Tempest 40. Oh my gosh. First time back. First time back. Give me grace. Hi, welcome back to, oh, this is kind of low. Hi, welcome back to my channel. I always forget to close that door. Hey, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having an amazing day. This is my first video back from being off for like months and months and months. I think the last video I posted a while ago, there's a clear understanding why I've been off. Thank you for all your messages and comments and DMs and stuff. I am doing well. I'm doing fine. It's taken me a little bit of time to get to this place where I feel good enough to get on camera. I'll be honest, I have filmed a couple days during this week, and for some reason I felt like those were not good enough. And I think it's because I tried to film the day after my youngest son who passed away 4 years ago. It was his birthday. He would have been 35, and I think about that and I was just like, probably wasn't a good time to film. So I am here, feel a little bit better today, and obviously there's been a lot of things happening. So before we get into the bag, I'm just going to give like a very short update. Hopefully this will only take less than 2 minutes. Obviously, my granddaughter passed away, and her memorial was in January, and then in February, I did travel for work. I had 2 conferences, one in Long Beach, one in Miami. And then, and believe me, I tried to find a cruise, but couldn't find one that worked out while I was over there. And then I went to Rhode Island to visit my friends. So on the Carnival Sunrise in the Grand Cayman episode, my friends got engaged, and I'm so excited for them. And so I went to go visit them. And then they actually are married now. They got married in Puerto Rico. And then in March, my older brother got ill, and he's doing well. He was in ICU for a little while, and so I was taking care of stuff like that. But he's home. He's better. He's doing much better. Also in March at that same time, my dog Sadie got sick. And if you know Sadie, who's been in many videos, she was diagnosed with bone cancer, and unfortunately she passed away. And she was 12 years old. It's kind of interesting because my granddaughter was 12 years old. My dog was 12 years old. I just put that together. I had her for 10 years. She was 2 when I got her. But anyway, yeah, she was kind of, not only like my little close buddy for hiking and protection and love, and she was also my comfort animal. So it was not to have her to go through when I needed comfort has been hard, and because she always knew when I needed her. And then work busy, commencement season, April, May, and then after commencement at the end of May, my uncle passed away. 3 weeks later, my aunt passed away. A week after that, my cousin passed away. It's just been like, it was just one after another. And so dealing with like, okay, someone passed away, and then trying to come out of that, and then the next one passed away, and then, all of these ups and downs over the last several months. 2025 has just not been a great year for family, and we're hoping now that I'm getting to the other side of that. I think my next big date, obviously we have a lot of birthdays and stuff, so it's always good to celebrate that. And today, later on, I will be going and visiting my grandson and taking him out for lunch. He'll be turning 15. But there's always just things, going on that hopefully bring those very lows to excitement and blessings and gratitude. And that's where I'm at today. That's why I feel comfortable to be able to talk a little bit better and have a little smile on my face, because I don't want to have to force that. So that's why it's taken a little bit of time. But I do have quite a bit of things because I did do retail therapy. Yes, I did. I did some retail therapy. One of them is I had been looking for a bigger backpack. I know. Just stop. This isn't a newer backpack. This is actually their last version of the Osprey Tempest, just so you're aware. This is the 40 liter. They do not make a 40 liter anymore. But this one I liked because if you saw my Gregory Jade 30 something, I don't remember what it was, 32, my Gregory Jade, that one I really did like, but it was heavy and it felt kind of awkward on. I don't know really what it was, but in that test that I did, when I did that video, I did a comparison video, but I really did love having the zipper along the top where you can have 2 access points. I loved that. But for some reason that bag just didn't fit well on me. I don't know what it was. And I loved it because it was blue. It was so pretty. You know, I love a blue. This one, I thought, I don't really want a 40 because it's going to be too big. But then I tried, you know, I loved my Osprey Sportlight 25, which I've got so many views on that one. I was actually quite surprised, but everybody loves that. It's a great adventure backpack. And I've taken it several times, and it's worked out really well on stuff that I want to do, and it's been great. But for the 30, the next one up, it just didn't fit well when I packed everything in it, and I think it's because it's frameless, and I need a frame. And what happens is that when it's not framed, it doesn't have a frame, it bows out in the back, and so when you pack a 30, with all the things I want to take for the Camino or a long hike or something, just not going to work. I need something with a frame that is actually going to be more structured to keep the items forward and not heavy on my lower back. That's the reason I ended up with this one. Now, I did try a smaller one, like a 32, I think, or something, 36 or whatever, but I think the reason I ended up with this one, I know, is because it does have this bottom access point with a zipper. So that gives me 2 access points, which is what I loved about the Jade. I thought that was a great feature on that one. And I like that too, because I can open up the bottom and get stuff from the bottom without dragging everything out from the top. But mainly you want to pack your more accessible items on the top that you're going to use more. But every once in a while, you know, there may be, not everything may fit well at the top, so put it on the bottom, or it's, you know, the lighter stuff, and then your heavier stuff in the middle, and then you kind of your more accessible stuff on top. That's usually the go-to on that, but I just loved it. And the features that it has this little strap on the bottom, tuck something through these little straps. You can put like a sit pad or a sleeping pad or your tent, you know, in here, like the tent roll. You can put it all in here and it'll be strapped to the bottom so it's not inside your bag. Totally up to you. I don't think I would do that. I'd put something really light like a sit pad or something on there. The only reason is because I think it would be too heavy on the bottom for my lower back. But anyway, everybody has to do their own thing. I loved that it had that, and then also, of course, like I said, the zipper on the bottom. I'll open that up. There isn't a like a, you know, some of them have a separation divider, so you can have something here and something near the top. It doesn't have that. It is just full all the way inside, and it's gray on the bottom, and then it's the black like on the top. All right. I don't have 2 cameras on today, so you won't see me except my hands. And luckily I had my nails done. Oh, I love the stretchy thing here. Now I do have, you know, the video from the Gregory Juno 30, that yellow backpack, which is a great backpack. Can use it for car camping. I can use this one for car camping. Just depends on what I want to take and what I want to do or how much I'm taking. But the mesh on that one for the front and the water bottles, it does not stretch. It is more like this netting where it's just solid and it doesn't stretch well. And that is one thing that's a negative on that particular bag. And that's a reason why I ended up thinking this one would actually work better. It does have a clip here where you can clip your items up, and then you can put a pretty good size water bottle in here. I'm gonna open this up. This has like a V-strap here, and that's on both sides, as well as it has a strap on the top here. Oh, this is a 32 ounce, what is this? A 32 ounce Awala. So it does go all the way in, and because it has this, it could go farther down, but I have my handle on there. I like having my handle. If you're interested in getting a little handle like this for your Awala bottles, because my hands are small and they're hard to hold, I'll link anything below that I have, but I love having this on there. So that's the 32 ounce, and of course it would fit one much bigger, like a Nalgene. So obviously the other side is the same. And if you wanted to put like your trekking poles or something in here, then it has this top strap that you can tighten it up. So keep them all secure in here. And on the back side, or let's start with the bottom here, are the hip pockets. I like that these straps are super wide, as you can see here. Much bigger than the ones that are, let's say, here. And I've seen where some backpacks have these really narrow straps on the hip belt, and it's just not comfortable. They kind of dig in. These pockets are not that big. It does fit, but when this is actually on you, it doesn't work like this, okay? This is a iPhone 16 Pro, so it's not the largest one. It would fit maybe a smaller one pretty well on, but once you get it on, it's hard to maneuver these pockets the way it kind of curves on your body. So just remember that. So it's realistic here, but it's not realistic on your body. The handles are really nice. I don't know if you can tell, but they have like a little bit of opening gap so you can have airflow there. And then of course you have your little whistle. And then on this side, you have this little pocket. I've seen people where they say they kind of stuff trash in there and then they're able to just kind of empty it out. And then this is for your trekking poles if you want to carry them from here to this side, back here, wherever it goes, right here. But I don't like it like that because when I'm walking, it kind of rubs. And I would never do that. I would just put my trekking poles in my side pocket. That's my opinion. That's my preference, I guess. It does have where you can adjust it. So it goes from here to about here. And this is the extra small, remember that? The other one is small, medium, I think. I think that's their 2 sizes in the Tempest. I have it right here in the center. I'm 4'11". My torso is like, I don't know. One of them said it was like 15 and someone else said it was 16 when they measured me. Who knows what I am. But I have it on the second one and it fits just right. Has a little handle here, and this is a floating head. So this does come off. So you can easily just take it off, the brain off. And then it has the opening pocket back here for your water bladder. Now I have my, what do you call this? My insulation for my water bladder, and there's a couple reasons for that. 1, leaks, and so it doesn't leak out the bottom, and then 2, it keeps it colder. So it's just like it's a lunch bag, and it has insulation inside. But I think you've seen it before. I've put it in all my bags. On the brain portion, it has a pretty decent size like floating pocket, so it kind of goes really wide. So you can see there, it just like goes super wide. The opening isn't that big, but I mean, it works. And my arms are short, but you could easily like get that and pull that, you know, open and close. But my arms are not long enough to do that. The inside, it has this mesh that doesn't stretch. It does have a key leash here, and it closes there. On the inside, it has the leave no trace stuff in here. It's upside down for you guys. It does have this type of closure. I really prefer like the ones that go down and then can kind of twist and clip, but it is what it is. If anything, if I'm having a difficult time, I'll just go in through the bottom, kind of pull it like that, grab this, pull it open. That's easier on this one than any other bag I've had. It's the closing part that drives me insane. Let's see, I think that is it that you're gonna see here. Now what I'm gonna do is I have my hiking backpack, which is about 15 pounds, and it has everything in it. So I have, like, you know, all my rain gear. I have, you know, all the things that I would use, you know, light, hero clip, carabiners, and then it has, you know, all my stuff inside that I use for day hiking. And I'm gonna go ahead and put this inside, and this will give us understanding of what it's gonna look like online. And I'm gonna do that. This is how I've been storing this stuff. It actually works out nice in my closet. And as I've shared, I haven't been on hikes in a little while just because I got to get in my headspace that I don't have my little doggy anymore to go with me. One day I'll get back into it. But this was a primary bag for the Camino de Santiago, which I'm going to be retiring. And I know I've said that before, but I am. And it'll be pretty soon. Oh, I know. There's another clip on here. This one has another clip here for the top of this bag. I'm not sure. I'm thinking that's because if you take the brain off, you'll be able to pull this closed. I think that's what it's why they have it there. And then, so now I can do this. Yeah, so there are little clips and a lot of pulling it together, but I mean, it does work. I mean, it's okay. And then I like to keep everything kind of, you know, super tight. So I'm gonna pull everything tight. I'll put the bottle in here just so we can have a visual of that when I put it on. I think that'll be probably better. All right, well, here we go. All right, well, there's that, and then tighten up, do this, there's that. Now, I've already pulled these pretty tight, I think. No, I haven't. Maybe I haven't. I don't know. Oh, yeah. Okay. So there's that. And there's that. Okay. So you can see it's not super wide out, and then the back side fits really well, and then this side, so it feels really good. This is like what I was talking about, where the trekking poles, you can put them and shove them in this thing right here. But, and it looks like it would be pretty easy, but it would just rub, like the trekking poles here would just rub, and I'm not comfortable with that. It'd be easier if they're just on the back. But you can see, like, my water bottle's in there. Is it on this side or this side? This side. Now, I have a carry a water bladder, but if you, for electrolytes and stuff like that, it's always recommended to carry like a water bottle or something on the sides. You can throw some electrolytes in there. Oh, anyway. And we'll do the little, see how far this is back for me. This doesn't really work for me just because still got some chunkiness on me. But see, it's kind of difficult to get in there and then to be able to get out. Yeah. So it's just different when you put it on. Normally, not normally, but my plan is, when I'm going to have like a little bum bag and I'm just going to put everything in front, and that's going to be like the stuff I need to get to like right away, and this stuff is going to be things that I don't know what I'm going to have in there. We'll just see how it plays out. I don't know, I haven't figured it all out. I'm barely at this point where I figured I got the right backpack for me. and I'm just loving this backpack, and it's super comfortable to wear. It's not cutting in on me right here, which is another one that was really an issue with the Gregory Jade. It just felt weird right here. It doesn't cut in. I like the fact that these are narrow. So anyway, and they're not overly padded. Some of them are so overly padded that like I tried that REI one, and it was so overly padded everywhere. It was ridiculous. I couldn't handle it. It was really, really hard. But I like this is just enough padding for me. Anyway, so this is the Osprey Tempest 40, and this is the older version. Like I said, there are some still available, but if you're looking at going doing like a longer type hike or something where you know you're going to be carrying a little bit more, this to me is perfect for like car camping and stuff. I can put clothes in here and all my stuff, and then keep this in the car or for any type of camping actually, and then still have my regular hiking backpack to go on day hikes and stuff. But this will be good to be able to carry all the things that I need for the Camino, and it will function well because it'll be sorted up rather than me pushing a 30-liter out. So that was one of my biggest concerns, is just it bowing out so much with stuff that I was going to be tipping back or having the weight pull on my shoulders way too much. Oh, but this is about 15, 16 liters is in this, my hiking backpack. Anyway, I like it. Now, the only thing I can tell you, there's a couple things I don't like about this. Okay, let me tell you. And of course, I'm gonna put I hope I put the dimensions up by now and the weight. The only thing I really don't like about this is the color. I wish I could have found a different color. There wasn't an option for a different color. My thought is that I'll put something on here and it's going to make it fun. Yeah, I don't know why I wanted a different color for this particular backpack. I have the green one for when I go hiking. My travel one is black just because it's more neutral to be able to use on any type of luggage or whatever, and then it goes with everything basically. All right, if I didn't mention, I think I forgot to mention, there are these loops here for an ice axe. Yeah. Now, will I'm using an ice axe? Never. Never. That's not happening. These straps down here, if you're not using them, I've seen to where people have taken these and gone all the way down to make it, I don't know if it appears smaller to get on a plane, but you can pull it all the way down to where it looks even tighter. The brain is kind of pulled down. So I've seen that. If people don't put a lot in here, but it actually, I mean, it looks so small. It actually looks smaller than my Gregory Juno when it looks like this. So while the color is not my favorite part, the back panel is, because it has nice pockets for airflow, and that is probably one of my favorite parts. And the way it's just structured and made to make it the most comfortable on your back. And I think that's the reason why I'm able to feel very comfortable even with the weight that I have in this bag. All right, so that is my review of the Osprey Tempest 40. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe. Take care. Have a great day.